Good evening. What is up, everybody? It's good to see you all again. Welcome back to the channel. I'd like to place Main Street Fire Rescue in service as of right now. Oh, and I've got a not too terribly long vlog for you tonight. It'll be here at home, obviously. But another informative one. I want to add on to the one I did more recently, the one with the tips on what to do if you're here in Orlando for the rest of this month in August, with the levels of illness and everything going on in the heat. And people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have to talk. We have to talk. Oh, you are all, we're happy to help. Don't get me wrong. But so many things can be prevented right now, especially with the heat. And we're going to talk about that again. Because, as I've said before, I want to help. I want to see you all in the theme parks and everywhere else, not in the ER. And I know there's things that happen that, you know, are beyond control. But so many of the things we've been dealing with in the last week or so are very much well within control, and people just aren't doing it. So we're going to talk again. And before we get started, though, I want to talk about something. I'm going to talk politics for a minute here. So if you don't like politics and don't want to hear me talk, skip ahead for a little bit. Shouldn't be more than a few minutes. But I'm going to talk a few politics. One, I'm glad President Trump is doing great. I've been watching the Republican National Convention last couple nights, including tonight. I will tell you this, watching those young men that they invited from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, to the convention, and they walked out on the floor with those American flags, that was pretty powerful. If you don't know or don't remember, those young men from a fraternity house in North Carolina defended the American flag from being taken down, and they were trying to fly a freaking Palestine flag on our land, on American soil. They were trying to take down an American flag and raise up a Palestine flag. In what other country that works? There are none. And these kids got in there and said absolutely not, and they defended Old Glory. And what was crazy is certain media outlets demonized them for it. Like, here they are protecting our flag, our United States flag, that men and women have fought and died for this flag to keep us free and to keep protecting our way of life. And you got some maniacs wanting to raise up another flag, and they stopped it to protect our own flag, and some of the media outlets came after them. I mean, I'm just like, what clown world are we living in here? You know, go to another country, okay? Go to any other country around the world. Go to a flagpole somewhere, tear their flag down, and raise up somebody. See how that works for you. I'm just like, what are we doing here? So, thank you very much to those young men that defended that flag. It just gives me hope that all hope is not lost, that there are a lot of patriots out there. And I think the events of this past weekend, with what happened to President Trump, it's wakened the sleeping giant. I mean, the level of patriotism and the level of camaraderie is just at an all-time pitch. I mean, I've seen it, you know, before, but the last few days have been unreal. I mean, everybody's just, we're ready to go. We're like, you know, you messed around with the wrong guy, you know? Like, we're ready to make America great again, as Donald Trump would say. You know, I mean, you can just feel it. Like, people are sick and tired of the nonsense, of the BS, of the gaslighting, of the lying. They're just tired of it. And then with this event that just happened, that's kind of it. And I want to tell you all, a lot of people that I've talked to have all agreed that had that not gone the way it did, had it gone the other way, we would be in a nation of chaos right now. Because I think that would have just erupted everybody. I think because everybody's just sick and tired of everything being so lopsided. you know, and I just think that would have just boiled the pot over, and it would have been bad. That's why I swear God was at work in that very moment, because I was watching a clip that Ben Shapiro had on his show today or yesterday, but it was an animation put together by I think it was some ballistic specialists, where they had Donald Trump's head. They had it situated. They were looking at a view from the top and then from the side, so they were together, and they slowed his speech down, and they were showing his head movements, and they literally showed that how his head turned at just that perfect moment where bullet 1 went by and bullet 2 went by, and of course the third one missed all together. But had he not done that, that would have killed that man instantly. And it's just, I mean, I'm sorry, there's greater forces at work here. There's no other explanation. I mean, and then the other thing of how that maniac got on that roof, and then the freaking explanation from the leader of the Secret Service going, well, we didn't want to put anybody up there. It was a sloped roof. I mean, I don't know if y'all have heard that, but apparently the Secret Service not allowed on a sloped roof now. I mean, what are we worried about? OSHA regulations here? Workman's comp? I mean, it's just infuriating to listen to the freaking excuses come out of these people. I'm sorry, but I just, you know, your job is to protect the president. And I mean, that was bad. I got a whole nother vlog on that later on. I'll talk a long time on that, but I'm just glad President Trump is okay. And you don't have to like the guy, but man, this business of, I don't like somebody, we need to do away with them. This is outright insanity. You know, I don't like the guy that got voted into office in 2020. I don't want the man harmed. That's not how we do things here. You want somebody out of the office, you vote them out. We don't harm people. Like, that's nuts, man. But it's just, that's what that other side, that's just what they drum up. They fill people's heads with all this crap, and they wonder, oh, how did this happen? Well, it's because of the freaking messaging. You keep calling somebody Hitler for almost 8 years in a row, and how he's a threat to democracy and all that, and then and just the constant messaging, you get a bunch of unhinged lunatics out there, and they're going to take matters into their own hands. And that's exactly what causes this. I just, you know, like I said, I was willing to give the guy that's in office now I'm like, oh, fine. Let's see what you can do. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Let's see what you can do. And we saw what he could do. Nothing. You know, we need to make America great again, as President Trump would say. We can do it, and I know he can do it. And I tell you, watching this Republican National Convention tonight, man, it just renews your sense of patriotism, because there's a lot of patriotic things going on. It just warms your heart knowing that there's that many people out there that still care about this country. I really think there's a large part of this country that still cares about this country, but there's just select few that they keep focusing on, and makes it sound like we should hate this country, which we shouldn't. This is one of the greatest countries ever. Yeah, we're going through a hard time, but we can pick it back up. And I'm telling you, with President Trump in office, I don't see how he's going to lose. I really don't. I mean, there are so many people, even people I encounter at work, patients, talk to me about politics without me saying a word. So I guess, I don't know, maybe I look like a trustworthy person to talk politics about. And all of them speak about how they want Donald Trump back in office. It's really an interesting moment, because I just sit there and listen. You know, I'm kind of, you know, if I feel like, you got to gauge the temperature in the room, you know, but sometimes I'll respond. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, no, I see where you're at, you know, just making small talk with them. But, you know, we got to get this country back on its feet. And I tell you, the pieces are in place. And like I said, God was at work over the weekend. No doubt about it. So just wanted to get that out. And God bless America. All you patriots, it's time It's time to come out of the shadows, man. We gotta get America back together again, and I know we can do it. And we're not gonna do it with any damn violence either. We're gonna do it with hard work. And we're gonna do it peacefully. Gee, Manili, man. Stop the freaking violence. So anyway, one thing I want to tell you all too is I'm back to work as a theme park paramedic again here in the Orlando area. So if you go to the theme parks, know that you are safe. I'm keeping a watchful eye out. I'm there to take care of you all if you need it. Or if you just get lost and I see you fumbling with the map and you need directions. Either one. But anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today is one more time. For those of you here and those of you coming down here on vacation over the next month, month and a half, whether you're going to Disney World, whether you're going to SeaWorld, whether you're going to Universal, Busch Gardens, Legoland, or you're going to do all of them, or the beaches, East and West Coast, Kennedy Space Center, you name it. There's so much to do here. Even the fun spots. The fun spot amusement parks. I mean, there's just, or the springs, whatever you're going to do while you're here in Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I said it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I cannot stress this enough. And I wish the camera could see. My hands are like on the table, like I'm talking seriously here. I cannot stress this enough. You have to drink your freaking water. And not flavored water, not sugared water, not Gatorade, not Powerade, not Liquid IV, not Pedialyte, none of that crap. Drink your water. Straight out of the faucet, filter, whatever you got to do. But as I've said before, and I'm going to keep saying it again and again and again. Thank you to Alan Roberts for this. 1 ounce of water per pound of body weight. 200 pounds, 200 ounces. 150 pounds, 150 ounces, and so on and so forth. Also, if you take diuretics, Lasix, any of those diuretics, blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine, all of the above, thyroid medicine, you take any type of medication, you have got to drink your body weight plus some in water, because you are constantly pulling fluid out of your system with those medications and you're not replacing it. Being out in this heat, walking through a theme park when it's 115 degrees outside with 80% humidity and a dew point of 78, your body is acting as though you are participating in heavy duty aerobic exercise, running a marathon, whatever you want to be doing. Your body thinks that that's what you're doing, so you are now burning calories and burning fluids at an insane rate, and your body is processing all of that to keep everything going. Okay? You have got to replenish that continuously. And no, you can't start feeling bad and start drinking water and going, oh, I'm going to feel better in 5 minutes. Whatever you drink today, you will feel it tomorrow. So, as a saying I've heard, don't pay the price today for what you failed to do yesterday. Forget who said that, but it's a really cool saying. Take care of your body and it will take care of you. But please, everybody, I'm saying this because in the last few days I've worked not only at the emergency room but also at the theme park. The amount of people that I've had to pick up off the ground or pick their heads up off the tables in various restaurants because they've passed out due to heat problems, it's insane. And frankly, it's overwhelming the health services departments. There comes a point where we don't have any more people. There was a guy today that was getting mad at us because nobody was responding, and I said, sir, there is nobody. There's nobody else to respond. I'm sorry, but I have a patient with me who was practically passed out. I said, I can't help you. Because I can't leave that patient. That's abandonment. I mean, it's a scary situation. And so much of this stuff is easily preventable. Just by eating breakfast in the morning, steak and freaking eggs. Steak and eggs. So anyway, people, please, you've got to take good care of yourself while you're here on vacation. I mean, all year round, but especially July and August. I can't even begin to tell you all how hot these months are. People from all around the U.S., especially the northern states, I see it in Facebook all the time. They always sit there and go, well, how hot can it really be? I think people are being dramatic. No, nobody's being dramatic. It is really, really warm. And if your rear end is not used to it, you're going to get your butt kicked. And if, you know, again, if you only have this time to come down here, also very understandable. However, you have to spend the extra time and take the appropriate steps to keep yourself safe and healthy. Because I'm telling you, the one thing that hit all of the theme parks after the events of 2020 has been staffing. Staffing has never gotten back to what it used to be. And I doubt it ever will. If it does, it's going to be decades before things get back to how it used to be. I mean, a lot of people don't realize is that shutting everything down like that completely upended everything. And everybody wants the remote jobs now. That's the easy way out, I guess. You know, and I mean, no offense anyway, if you have a remote job, it's just, that's what everybody wants now, because that's what was put in place for a long time, and people got used to it, and they got comfortable with it. And just to be realistic, you can't have everybody working remotely. It just doesn't work. You have to have people working in places, just like theme parks, to keep things moving. It's just, I mean, you got to have that. And so, you know, the one thing that's really, really hurt all the parks, not just here in Florida, but all around, is theme park operations. You know, it's just because they just don't have as many people like they used to. And one of the biggest areas hardest hit is the health services, you know, the paramedics, the EMTs, just because there aren't that many, and you can't do that job unless you're licensed or certified. It's not like they can just pull somebody off of another, you know, place in the park and go, okay, you're going to be a paramedic or EMT for the day. You know, all the other positions, like, you know, sweeping, park ops, you know, janitorial, ride operations, they can kind of move people around as needed. But when it comes down to the EMS side of things, you can't do that. You have to have people that are actually licensed in that. So it really makes it hard when there's not enough people. So one thing you can do, not only to help us but help yourself, is to take preventative measures ahead of time. Because I'm going to tell you, there's nothing worse from a rescuer standpoint that when somebody comes up to you and say, hey, I need your help, and you cannot help them because you already have a patient or patients in front of you, you can't leave them, and there's nobody else. Like, that is a sick feeling. So you can avoid that by taking these proper steps. Again, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drink your body weight in freaking ounces of water every day. Start now and don't stop. If you take medicines like the ones I mentioned before, diet, what do you call it? Diuretics, like Lasix and all the other medicines, blood pressure medicines, cholesterol medicines, thyroid medicines, all of those type of things, antibiotics, if you're taking that for whatever reason, you have to drink a crap ton of water. And I know people go, oh, I'll pee like crazy. Yes, that's the idea. You have to. But then your body will regulate itself because it will get used to being hydrated like that, and then you will slow down your peeing, but you will pee like crazy for the first 2 or 3 weeks. But I promise you, you will feel so much better. And you have to eat a good breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You cannot, there's so many stories that go all the same. Well, they didn't have any breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Or they didn't eat any breakfast. Or they had a half of a donut or a half of a bagel and half a bottle of water to drink. And it's 115 today. It's always the same story. So please, everybody, enjoy your vacation. Take advantage of even if take advantage of the good food that's out there. that these theme parks offer. But also, if you don't, if maybe that's not in your budget, bring your own food. You can do that. You can bring your own food to the hotel room. Eat before you leave. Most of these hotel rooms have refrigerators. They have, if you get one of the suites, or if you get one of the other rooms that have the small kitchens, or even if you don't have all that, most rooms have a small refrigerator. You can keep milk in there, where granted cereal's not the most ideal thing, but if that's all you got, it's better than nothing. At least it'll get you some nutrients plus the vitamins and that from the milk. But if you can, a steak and eggs type breakfast, protein in the morning, protein for lunch, protein for dinner, and make sure you're getting your salt back in you. Carry some pickles with you. Everybody brings all this crap with them into the theme parks. If you're bringing a cooler, if you're one of those families, take a big old Ziploc baggie, put some ice in it, throw a bunch of pickles in there. Or, because most parks don't want jars, so take a thermos, empty it out, throw a bunch of pickles in there, and pour some of the juice in there, and you can drink that pickle juice and eat the pickles. I'm telling you, pickles are a lifesaver. They will literally turn your day around. You do that, eat pickles plus the hydration like I was talking about, you're going to be fine, and your family's going to be fine. As I said before, stay away from the Powerade, stay away from the Gatorade and the Liquid IV and all that stuff. The reason I say stay away from that stuff is it's got more sugar than Coca-Cola Classic does. Look at the labels on that stuff. The sugar is astronomical. And it's going to dry you out even more. The reason the sugar is so high on that stuff is because, as I've mentioned before, it's for people engaging in intense sporting activities, running marathons, playing NFL or college football or even high school. Like engaging in insane calorie burning activities. Granted, yes, your body is burning a lot of calories when you're walking through a park and you're sweating, but it's a different calorie burn. You're not actively running. You're not actively involved in a sport at that moment. That's when Gatorade, Powerade, and that perform the best, because you have to be able to burn that glucose off. And when you're walking and sweating like that, it's processed differently. So you want to stay far away from that stuff. I promise you it will dry you out. And don't be eating turkey legs and all that other stuff, and stay away from the sweets. If you're going to have something sweet, by all means treat yourself, but do it at night. Do it at the end of your day. Go get something good, take it back to the hotel room or enjoy it in the park, but do it after the sun goes down. It's so much easier on you. But don't start the day off in the morning like I see it all the time at Disney with these monster Joffrey's donuts. Don't do that at 8 o'clock in the morning and then get all these, lattes and the cappuccinos and the al pacinos and whatever chino is out there, and the frappes and the lattes and all that stuff is just nothing but sugar. So you're literally setting yourself up from behind already. So I know you're like, Matt, you're no fun. No, I'm not. But it's no fun either having your vacation either cut short or interrupted by you falling on your face on the pavement and then going to the hospital, or having it create other medical problems, and now you got to be admitted to the hospital in the middle of your vacation. So as I've said, again, a favorite saying, pay now or pay later. Take care of your body will take care of you. I mean, all of those things. And don't suffer the consequences today for what you failed to do yesterday. That is again, if I can remember who said that at any point in time, I'll bring it up. But I heard that somewhere, but I can't remember where. But all good sayings. So please, enjoy your trip. And again, if you have any questions, throw them in the comment box. I'm happy to answer them. Again, like I said before, I'm not a doctor, but I am a paramedic with a lot of years experience, almost 20 years. Very intelligent mind, do a lot of research, a lot of reading, and I really enjoy helping people. So, if I can answer your question, I will. And if I can't, then I'll try to utilize some of my doctor friends, and I'll try to get the right answer for you. But anything, feel free to ask. So thank you all very much for listening. And I got some big stuff planned for you this weekend. We got all kinds of really cool things on the horizon. So look forward to bringing that to everybody. And as I said earlier, we got to bring back America and show pride for your country, and bring out that patriotism, and let's unite America. And like Donald Trump says, let's make America great once again. I know we can do it. So, and I know some people don't like politics, but like I said, it's my channel, and this is an election year. So I'm going to speak some politics from time to time, but also I love my country, and I can't stand to see where it's going right now. And I know it can be turned around with the right people, and also with us as citizens, we can also help. So, all my patriots out there, I love you all, and thank you all very much for your service. Police, fire, EMS, military, teachers, healthcare workers, everybody that works in the public sector, thank you all very much. It's very much appreciated. From one first responder to you all, thank you all very much. Have a great evening, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow, and have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you this weekend as well. Before I end with my usual, I want to read this. It's one of my all-time favorite speeches. This is the Man in the Arena speech by Teddy Roosevelt, and I think this is very, very iconic, one, for what's going on right now. I mean, love him or hate him, man, Donald Trump has been through it all, and that man still stands. Like that photo of him where the Secret Service was protecting him after they got him up off the ground after the failed assassination attempt. And when he stood there with his fist in the air, telling everybody to keep fighting, that would be like one of the most iconic photos, along with the 3 firemen raising the flag on 9/11 type thing. Like that photo will live in infamy. I promise you it will. Just, if you don't believe me, just wait. Give it a few years. That photo will be everywhere. It's just that type of photo that shows you never give up, even in the darkest moments. You keep fighting. And so that leaves me, we're going to wrap this video up with this speech right here from Teddy Roosevelt. This is the Man in the Arena. If you've heard about it, you know it's fantastic. If you've never heard it, you're in for a treat. Here we go. Teddy Roosevelt's The Man in the Arena. The famous quote: "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." Meaning, if you have a dream or dreams, go get them. Don't sit around leading the safe life. And that's for anything. That's for jobs, careers, relationships, anything out there. Go get what you want, and don't be afraid to fail. If you fail, then fail greatly. But with the risk of trying very risky things also comes the potential for great reward. And as the end of that says, don't be with all of the cold and timid souls who never strive for anything. They just live that safe life, just hanging out in the middle. That's no way to live. That's no way to live. Go out there and get it. And get what's yours. But be willing to take the hits for it too. So thank you very much for listening to me. And I hope you all enjoyed that. We'll see you all this weekend. Main Street Fire Rescue. Out of service. As usual, this has been the truth. And it's been actual. And I hope for you all, it's been mighty satisfactual. See ya.